Yo, at some point, my neighbor. I really hope my neighbor has watched this season because I can imagine him like getting pissed off at us jumping and screaming up and down like kids.
I mean, can you blame us though? Really? 'Cause
Nah, this season's picking up, dude.
this show, man.
I'm telling you, the pacing on this show is so good.
It's not, dude. I'm gonna say it right now. I like it the best out of all the Marvel shows so far. That's including Punisher, man. Punisher was pretty good. It was, I mean, pacing wise.
Yeah.
And
Absolutely.
Jessica Jones season 1 was really good pacing wise too.
I agree. This, dude, this was a lot. This was a lot of stuff happening in this episode.
Chalked a ton.
I think this might be the we've got the most number of topics on this episode to cover than any of the other ones. So
no joke.
Hit us off, man. What do we got?
Item number 1: Foggy goes viral.
Mm-hmm.
Item number 2: we got the old school Marvel team up.
Mm-hmm.
Item 3 is we got Karen playing a gangster game of chicken with the Kingpin. And item 4: Mother Maggie.
Juicy topics. Like,
Juicy.
like, yeah, a lot. All right, so let's start off with that.
Kingpin panic room juicy.
Let's start off with that Foggy going viral. And now that I think about it, I don't think I've seen Foggy necessarily like Foggy isn't he's truly a man without fear.
Foggy
is no joke. Like, I would love to have him as a friend and in my corner. This dude is smart, brave. He can come up with stuff on the fly. Like he's a strategist, man.
Yeah, he's always been kind of the pitch man for Nelson and Murdoch. Like he'd probably be the one that'll be the one getting your jobs and your cases. Where like Matt is the dude that will comb through all of the law books to find that one little loophole, and search. Like he's the guy that does his home. Foggy's the guy that goes out and goes to the concerts while Matt stays in the dorm room and studies,
Yeah. And I don't think I ever got this level of confidence or, in the comic books. Because to me, Foggy in the comic books was always kind of like the friendly, kind of somewhat dim-witted friend. He was smart, but he always played the background. But I really
he's the second banana for sure. Like, like, okay.
So Foggy comes up with the idea of, I'm going to pursue.
Technically, Marcy comes up with the idea because she's like worried about his safety. So she's like, this is a few episodes back, but essentially he's going to come up with the idea to go viral. And he doesn't plan on winning against
Blake Towers.
Blake Tower. Good, thank you. But he does want to make a dent in the Kingpin's armor a little bit, just to be that fly that annoys him, I guess the plan is to go to this event.
And even with Karen abandoning him, he still manages to hit off a really good speech. The only thing that stopped him from, delivering the quote-unquote killing blow was the fact that he realized Karen's plan last minute.
Right, when he figured out what Karen was going to do was to basically go and antagonize the Kingpin by herself. He didn't know whether she was going to go and try and kill him, because after what he found out about Karen, he knows that she's pretty raw.
Yeah,
and
I gotta give hella raw.
I gotta give it to her. Old girl won't play around.
But I think that just speaks more to Foggy's just mental fortitude and brilliance. I mean, he's having he's giving a really good speech about what he could do as DA and attacking his opponent, Blake Towers, while thinking about where Karen is. I think that's just Foggy in this season definitely gets a lot of credit from me.
I think Foggy and Karen both represent the parts of Matt Murdock that are disconnected from him at this point in time.
That's good.
And it shows it shows what Matt's influence is on his friends. We've already established that Matt is like the Jesus of the Marvel Universe, and those are his disciples. Well, essentially, the pieces of him that are inside of them are starting to show, where it's like Foggy leaps without fear. He quits, goes in the middle of making a decent point at that event with Blake Tower, and just goes, oh shit, and then leaves. Just like Daredevil would jump off a building, Foggy would go and leap into certain danger to rescue Karen from herself. Karen is leaping before she's looking. They're both men and women without fear. Her plan was to get Kingpin to beat the shit out of her. And then hopefully the FBI would stop just in time. And it wouldn't matter if she got hurt or damaged, so long as they had enough on Kingpin to freaking put that greasy bastard back in prison.
It sounds like Karen's got your respect at this point.
Karen's always had my respect. It's just that I didn't know what they were trying to do with her this season, and now I'm starting to see, like, okay, like, we're getting things going. Because I like Karen Page. Like, I don't know if I like the way Jeff Loeb wrote her in the Daredevil Yellow book, but to be fair, it's like the first time we're meeting her, blah, blah. But I do like the way Kevin Smith writes Karen Page.
Yeah.
And we're starting to see a little bit of that version of Karen, where she's not just, the girl in a cute dress. Like, she's out there, she's doing things, she's trying to make things happen. They're all little pieces. They're all Daredevil in a way.
Yeah.
Like he's a fragmented person, so it makes sense that the fragments of who he is aren't lost, but rather he has to collect them in his friends. And that's why he hasn't turned his back on them yet, because if he ever does, then he's turned his back on himself.
Good as point C. We can jump to actually topic number 3. We'll come back to 2, but Gangsta Chicken.
Dude.
Her plan, her very half-ass plan.
Her
Go
very crazy white girl plan.
Go into, which, by the way, she managed to get into, Kingpin's.
She got in.
Walked, like, literally walked in.
Like, he let her in.
Metal
like,
detector beeped, by the way. Metal detector beeped, by the way.
I don't even care if you have a gun.
And, man, Karen, I think it's safe to say, went toe-to-toe with one of the best, most cunning, evil strategists, strategists, in the Marvel universe, or at least in the universe, the show universe. They were going back to back, blow for blow. She brings up, you mentioned earlier, she called him Willie.
She called him Willie.
What?
Dude, when it comes down to it, he is still a monster in human's clothing. And she knows that. So she exploited every weakness she could. She wouldn't have been able to go toe-to-toe with him if she wasn't with Ben Urich when they interviewed Kingpin's mom.
True.
And they found out all that stuff about him, Keep kicking him, keep kicking him. All that stuff where you're like, oh, my God. Little Willie had some problems, man.
So she brings up
She called him Willie.
His mother.
Then,
He fires back with
like,
a word. Oh, I felt like they were in like a circle.
Word.
Yeah. You done?
Word.
It was like battle rappers when
Dude,
the other person's not rapping, they just
kind of looking, waiting, taking the hits,
all right,
bust out with, yo, what your boy Matt Murdock doing at night?
And she faltered,
She's
man.
like, He's like, yes, that was the answer I needed. I figured it out because of your whack ass.
I killed your best friend. What? Oh, mic drop.
She's like,
mic drop.
Yeah, she had the closing one right there, dude. Like, he's sitting here like, yes, I'll get another lean cuisine after I finished you. And then she's like, yeah, where? Well, I killed your boy 7 times, son. Shot that fool 7 times. He's like, rah!
Saved in the nick of time, and thankfully, Foggy was there once again. The master plan. He's got everyone's back. The things that you didn't plan about, Foggy's got your back.
That's the thing, is that everybody's like, I wish there was more Daredevil in this season. And I'm like, I think the best part about this is that we saw Daredevil inside of everybody. The best parts of old Hornhead were coming out in his friends, and they were there for him to be him when he couldn't even be himself. Woo!
Good. Let's jump back to that number 2 topic, the Marvel
team up,
the
dude.
Marvel, that badass Marvel team up.
Oh my gosh, it was so fun.
I love when superheroes put ordinary citizens in danger with their crazy ass ideas.
Stop!
What?
Stop!
You're telling me you want me to come with you into this crazy motherfucker's house?
No powers.
Who beat you up?
Yeah.
All right, cool. Yeah, I got
cool.
you.
Yeah, I got it. I don't need a flak jacket. I don't need a costume. I'll go in there with the Pierre Cardin suit with some freaking loafers my wife got me on our anniversary. What? And try and make this happen.
So, all right, they go into his house. They don't really find much other than...
and on top of that, they didn't find anything.
First of all, I'm going to tell you straight up, I love you like a brother. If I was in your house and you had a fucking safe with ninja stars, I would judge the shit out of you. Nadine was looking at it like, well,
first off,
we didn't really find anything.
Yeah, wait. You've been to my house. Have you've seen a safe with ninja stars. This is news to me, dude.
You're right. Here's one critique, a minor critique I have so far in this season. In the 8 episodes we've seen, I wish we would see more of his radar senses incorporated, like just a flash. I wouldn't mind because they're alluding. He does the snaps, he taps,
Right.
which is fine. And if you've seen the first 2 seasons, you kind of know what's up. But I wish they would show rather than tell me. They're half showing me. Like, I think it would have been cool to actually see him see the safe in his vision or whatnot.
I mean, I don't know.
I don't really care for how the first season did the whole world's on fire thing. I thought that was a little cheesy.
But that's the only way they would do it because it was established early on that that's how he sees everything.
Yeah.
But I don't know, like, it would be hard. It's hard enough to explain his powers, period. Mm-hmm. So, like, you would have to explain that every time he hears a click on that safe where the tumblers fall in line and it begins to unlock, that every click would reverberate, and that's how he would see everything. And that would take away from the point that Nadeem is looking at this dude like, how are you cracking this safe right now? And I got to be honest, I forgot that Daredevil could do that.
That's my thing.
So I was like,
he makes it so effortless.
He's like,
you're kind of like,
oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Like
this
is nothing. Like hearing dudes a mile away is one thing. And that's like, oh, wow, that's impressive. But something else that's impressive that I kind of forgot about was that he could just listen to a safe and be like, this is like tying my shoe, man. No problem. Done.
So going through his house, Dex shows up. I love to see where he hears them ear on the door. He's like, I got something for them. Chandelier, I got it.
Like, dude, he's like, chink, 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 like gets the freaking pieces of the chandelier. You know, like the super of the freaking apartment's like, who is taking all of my chandelier displays?
I thought it was really foul that Matt ended up stealing his tape recordings. I was like, damn,
so
that's
good.
Like, you don't know what you're doing, Matt. Like, this is the only thing keeping him, insane. And actually, real quick, I don't want to jump over this. Dex finds Julie, which no means no, Dex. No means no. Me too movement, all right? Convinces her to have coffee with him.
Right.
We see, like, some hope. And, I'll say this about the dude that plays Dex. Good actor.
Oh, that guy's great.
Charming, believable.
Did you know he was supposed to be Captain America?
What?
He was the first pick originally for Captain America way back before Chris Evans got it.
I can see that. He's good. He's good.
Yeah.
And if you blinked, you missed Julie getting killed. Damn, man. They killed Julie.
Dude. Wilson Fisk knew what he was doing, man.
And then not only that, but Wilson Fisk or whoever was on the other line of the phone call straight curved our boy.
Oh, yeah.
Don't call me. Blocked number. I was like, high school
God.
all over again.
Oh, God.
No. Oh, man. They got rid of his potential North Star. I was like, damn, that's it. Julie getting killed and then Matt taking his tape recordings. I was like, oof, that's it. He's going to, spiral down.
Kingpin becomes his anger management coach.
Primal scream or something.
Just let out a primal scream. Don't think that substitutes for 30 years of therapy, Wilson. I don't think that's a good. Just let out a scream.
Yeah, check it out.
They run out of your favorite flavor of bubble yum. Scream.
So back to what you were talking about. Dex busts in there. Dee and Nadeem hop into another apartment complex. Dex decides to go all Mark Millar unwanted. Starts curving bullets, ricocheting bullets.
Dude, Daredevil still doesn't know what to make of this dude. Like, he's like, what is going on? I can't even, like, get a beat on this dude.
I thought Daredevil was going to tell Nadeem.
You know Nadeem's
hey,
face?
go to walk out real quick.
Nadeem's face was like, bro, I mean, you better have my back. I got to, look.
For real.
Look, my wife is cooking tonight, son. You're going to get me in trouble.
Yeah, this is how much Nadeem wanted to avoid the scorn of his wife. Honey, instead of telling her the truth, he decides, I'm just going to take this bullet in my side.
He literally takes a bullet. He took a bullet and he took a bullet.
Oh, man, that whole scene is crazy, man. I love Agent Nadeem. The last topic we got is that epic grand reveal that Sister Maggie is Matt's mother. That prayer was so strong it brought Matt to his knees. Like, he buckled, and I definitely don't blame him. And I think, we both kind of looked at each other like, wait a minute, does she know what she's doing? She understands he can hear, right? He's showing her I have this ability somewhat. But I think you said that you believe that maybe she doesn't understand the full extent.
Yeah, I don't know if Sister Maggie knows what her son can do. And also that reveal was incredible. I mean, all of us that are comic book heads have been waiting, you know. We all know, like, all right, that's his mom. But it's still cool to see, like, in real life. Like, this is like a live action version of, you see what would it look like if Matt found out that way? And you see, like, he's literally speechless, brought to his knees. He's never said the word. Think about it. He's never said mom in 30 years. Has not said it. He's never said it to her, to anyone, period. And he's like, oh, no. Like, no. Like, all I thought of was, like, you are not the father. Like, it was like the most jacked up Marvel version of the Maury Povich show, period. You know, like, I was like, no, man. But at the same time, it was cool because I think she doesn't have a grasp of his powers. I think she kind of knows what he can do, and she considers it like a miracle, you know? She still, and I mean, we're talking Marvel, and we're talking Daredevil, and we're also talking, you know, fantasy and mythology. So who's to say that it isn't miraculous that Matt can do the things he does, you know?
Fair.
And that it doesn't fit into some sort of larger plan, both spiritually and for the plot's sake, you know?
Yeah.
So it's kind of cool that she's praying like, oh, he's so stubborn, just like his old man, you know? Like, you know, I've, you know, blah, blah, blah about Jack. You know, I don't know how she's talking to Jack, not to God, which is cool, you know? Like, and it's, I love that battling Jack Murdoch is almost kind of Matt Murdock's patron saint, you know? It's kind of neat. And he's also apparently Mother Maggie's patron saint too, you know, like it's our boy again, Jack, you know, like it's not the first time she has a conversation with the dead man, you know, her boo thing, you know.
Yeah. And you know, in the comics, and you brought up a good point. This was a really cool way to have that reveal, because in the comics, it wasn't until Born Again that Matt finds out, you know, about Sister Maggie being his mom, and it's all because she visited him in the hospital while he was, you know, at first got hit with the toxic, et cetera. He, you know, remembered her scent, et cetera. So whenever she comes and saves him after Kingpin's beating, he, you know, puts two and two together. We don't have that context here. We don't know if she visited him while, you know, he was undergoing the surgery, et cetera. So. See, I think that is a good stopping point for episode 8. Let's go ahead and start episode 9. Once again, for all of you watching the series, like, review, comment, subscribe to the show, the Short Box Podcast, and we'll be back with episode 9 soon. All right? Peace.